The Meddlesome Meeples present the Quest Report with Matt and Richard.
So now on the Quest Report, we're going to be doing a little series where we look at Descent, the second edition, Journeys in the Dark. And we're actually going to, in our next video for this series, we're going to start talking about how we did in our campaign. But for now, what we're just going to do is we're going to look at how we found playing Descent with the Road to Legend app. So we're not going to have any spoilers. If you're worried about getting information or story about the campaign, there's going to be no spoilers in this part of the video. And when we get to our campaign, we'll give you plenty of warning, and indeed we'll put that in a separate video altogether. So just looking at mechanics and how it worked and how the app went for now. So Richard, what were your thoughts on this?
Of how it works? Well, it's nice how much the app does for you. I didn't read all of the original instruction book. I basically just read like what a character does on their turn.
Yeah. And
I also read the instructions for using the app as well. Because like if you were playing the original version of this, then somebody would have to be like the games master.
Yeah, the Overlord.
What's it? Overlord, that's it. So basically somebody would have to be the baddie and have to control all the enemies and like make up the story and things like that. No, well, not make up the story, but
follow through on the campaign and control all the minions. And
yeah, that's it. So having the app do that is really nice, because then we could all just work together as a team, and
it makes it a fully cooperative experience, doesn't it?
That's it, yeah. And the app does take care of so many different aspects of your characters. So basically we picked who we wanted to be, and then we could just go through kind of picking out of the available options what classes we wanted to be.
This is an interesting part of the setup, isn't it? Because you pick your initial sort of like overarching class, and then you pick a subtype within that class.
Yeah, well, me and Heather did anyway. And
well, yeah, I didn't get the option. Did I? I just got the one class because I'm a dwarf.
And then it kind of became obvious once we got our cards. So we got the cards that corresponded to those things, and like my one being Battle Mage, I was being Leoric of the Book. I thought it'd be good to have someone that had a lot of lore. So I'm this guy, and as you can see, he is holding a book as he goes along.
Because he's Leoric of the Book.
Yeah, you kind of imagine that he's read more than one book, but that's the one he's taking with him. So yeah, I was him, and I picked Battle Mage, but then it wanted me to pick another class, like you were saying. So my other one I picked, it was basically
Champion, wasn't it?
Yeah, I picked Champion, but they were all like combat roles. So basically, because he's a Battle Mage, then he gets to like have a fighting role as well. And that one was the one that gave me abilities and things. So basically, my being a mage or whatever, it didn't really feature that much in what I was doing. I was mostly being a champion, which was pretty nice, but I kind of wanted it to be both roles.
Yeah.
But I think that's something that will feature later on. I think if I manage to pick up some more kind of rune type weapons or something, then that will help. And we each had our own starting equipment as well, didn't we? And the app sorted out that as well.
That all comes with your deck, because you get, once you've selected your like secondary class, your class and subclass sort of thing, you get cards from those two classes, and it's the ones with no experience marks on the cards that you get, and then you can upgrade those cards. And that's for the abilities and also for the equipment as well. In my case,
right?
Then you go on to sort of better things as you level up, which we did by the end of the first
and that was a very cool
story
thing.
So that was great. But yeah, you're right, I do like the way that the app keeps track of things. The fact that like at the again, we're not going into spoilers, but at the end of the game you get cards that you've picked up as you go through the adventure, you've got gold that you've acquired as you've gone through, and the app tracks all of that in the background. Although, just to make it more realistic, we did dish out some gold coins, didn't we? Just to make it feel like you got something when you found some gold.
Because I searched a corner of the room, didn't I? And I found some gold. So we had this chest at the time.
Which was now got all our descent tiles in it.
But at the time it was full of old coins. So Yeah, I found like 21 gold, so I got like one to be a 20 and one to be a 1.
Yeah.
So I just had those. It felt quite nice to
just to have some
actually
coins.
found something. But
It makes a nice chink and a clink, doesn't it?
yeah, but it turned
Yeah.
out, because at this point we didn't really know if we were supposed to do anything like that. But
Yeah.
the app did actually, it kind of took that into account. And also our gold was shared, wasn't it? So we all got some gold at the end for completing that
Yeah.
quest. And
And
that 21 was just added to it.
That
So,
kept track of that. But yeah, the app was good for the character creation. It one of the things I do like with this, well, kind of mixed feelings in a way. It tells you which tiles to put onto one side that you're going to need during the game.
Right.
Now, on the one hand, I like that because when we play something like Mansions of Madness, another app-driven game that tells you to put the tiles out, you can spend a while trying to find the right tiles, and that takes you out of the vibe of the game, doesn't it? In a way.
Yeah,
with
but you're
this,
so scared that you you want to break from it.
But with this, you kind of it doesn't tell you what order or anything about the story. It just says to you at the beginning, right, set aside these tiles, and then you know when you come around to needing them, it's one of these few tiles, and it makes
Right,
it a
yeah.
lot quicker to sort out and keep the map going.
But it's a bit like having a premonition, isn't
Yeah.
it?
So you can get an idea in a way. So I didn't.
gonna happen.
So it's kind of like something I like and didn't like. But at the same time, I like the way the maps were gradually revealed. Again, same as Mansions, and the way it did a lot of that background work for you. I did feel at times that the app wasn't very clear on the way the minions were to activate. The reason
we
being,
got a bit confused at some points, didn't we?
yeah, the reason for I say that is because in the original rules, in the rulebook that came with Road to Legend, the app,
Right.
it was basically saying that a player would have a turn, and then a minion would have a turn.
But it wasn't quite like that. I'll just leave him. Yeah, so what actually happened was a player would have a turn, and then the minions would move, and then the next 2 players would have their turn.
Yeah, and it kind of just sort of, it wasn't 1-for-1, which was how it was meant to be. But
Basically,
it would come
yeah.
up on the app after because you select the character that's just had their turn, select that they've
Yeah.
ended their turn, and then it would either give you the opportunity to let another character have a turn, or it would tell you that the minions were going to activate.
Maybe
So-
we should have just gone with what the app said and not with our
That's
adventurer
what
heads
we
about
did.
it.
That's
So
what
yeah.
we did, yeah. But I'm not sure if what happened there. But beyond that, I mean, the app I thought was very good. Again, I can't go into spoilers, so we'll talk about that later. But at the end, there was another point where I wasn't sure if I was meant to put 1 figure down or if I was meant to put 2 figures down.
Or if it was meant to be a master or a normal.
Yeah. So, but we'll come to that later because we can't really go into that with spoilers. But overall, I thought the app did a very good job of running things as the Overlord. It didn't have I would say, the sheer nastiness that an Overlord would have.
But then we were kind of doing the prologue.
We're doing the tutorial. Well, the Rise of All Goblins campaign, and it was kind of like the first step in that, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
we could get more difficult. It's just I know when I've played this with a human Overlord, then they've been so mean,
Yeah.
which I like because it makes it a challenge. But the app didn't really do that. But it was great as an adventure to be able to
Yeah.
play it cooperative.
It kind of felt like the story was the more important thing,
Yeah.
rather than it being an actual game. It did
Yeah.
feel a bit more like an episode of something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So in that sense, I enjoy the mechanics of this game. I like the way the combat works with the dice. The dice are a bit different.
Oh yeah. We have there is like health and surges on the attack dice, and there's the different levels of dice basically.
Depending on what weapon you're using or what character you're combating and
what kind
what
of
you've got
weapon you
equipped sort of defensively.
Yeah.
So there's all those, and of course I got to play a little dwarf called Greyskarn the Thirsty.
Yeah, he was a cool little guy.
Yeah, I do like Greyskarn the Thirsty.
And
All
he
this
was-
killing is thirsty work.
he was
Drink
head
with
of the-
me.
Yeah.
She was is it Ulrich Albright?
Yeah,
Something
that's
like that?
it. Yeah, so she was this cool knight guy with a great big mace and a shield. Although she didn't have that as a weapon, did she?
No, she was being an archer.
Yeah, that's it. So she was doing archery.
When we played Mice and Mystics, she was the archer of our group as well. She's
a
very good in an archer role.
Yeah.
Okay, if my wife comes at you with a bow and an arrow, run.
Okay, so is that enough about the mechanics, really?
I think that's enough about the mechanics. I would just say that on your turn, you can basically move and do an action. So on your turn, you can move and you can do an action. And you can do that in any order. You can interrupt your movement, can't you, to make an attack or do something.
Yeah.
Which might be searching, because you searched a few places and found a few things.
Yeah.
Which we'll go into later. And you've got some great little minion monsters to face. And it was just a really fun little experience. And the fact that we can all play cooperatively added to that.
I like it when we play cooperatively.
Yeah. So, this is where we're going to stop for talking about the mechanics.
And if you dare,
then you can join us. And we actually, you get to name the party. And our party was called the Meddlesome Questers.
Oh yeah, it was one day, yeah.
So now, we'll probably at some future point look back at this again and say what we thought of the mechanics once we've experienced more of the game, so down the line.
Yeah, but it'll be embedded in a lot of spoilers.
Yeah, and that will be highlighted if we come to that. And you can look forward to some regular quest reports on our campaign, The Rise of All Goblins.
Farewell, Quester. To find out about other productions by the Meddlesome Meeples, then check out our channel or rendezvous with us at meddlesomemeeples.com. Until next time, Quester, farewell and keep thine axe sharp.